Hey guys, welcome back to Tattoos in Vancouver. This is part 2 with Michael Stankos. Shirtless Michael Stankos.
Stanko.
Yeah, Stanko.
Stanko.
Okay.
Yeah, Stamkos is the hockey player, right?
Stankos is the hockey player.
Yeah, so people get that confused with my name all the time. They'll be like, oh, you're like Stamkos.
You're related to him.
Yeah, no. That's why I think he's Swedish.
Okay.
It's close.
Yeah. It's easily kind of confused. Anyways, we were talking about your arm tattoo on your left arm there, yeah, and we can see your back tattoo right now, which is. But I wanted to ask you the meaning of those 4 characters.
This one's really interesting for me because I was studying Toltec shamanism, and the whole idea behind Toltec shamanism is that if we're going to be successful as men in this world, we have to become warriors, because a warrior lives a life that's determined and focused and intention filled. Things aren't just happening to warriors, they're going out and they're doing. So but also it has another meaning, which I didn't really understand at the time because I wasn't that aware of kanji at the time. Like I didn't know the multiple meanings for different words. So I was trying to get the idea that like you have to have strength to be able to connect to God. Okay? Like that's what it takes. It takes the art of war, the understanding of how to operate using war in this world, but to connect with God, you need to have that power or strength. So in Cantonese, because I was learning Cantonese at the time, it says Ging Mo Du Ding. Okay. So Ging in Japanese is Jin, and I refer to Japanese all the time because I study Japanese martial arts now, and that's part of my path, right? So the first character is a type of power that's only developed through martial arts training.
Okay.
I've actually been, so like the other tattoo, Chinese people come up to me all the time, especially when I go to the sauna or something like that, and be like, oh, so cool, like I can read it, that's really cool, but what does your other one say?
Yeah.
I've had 2 people read it, and one guy was like, whoa, you must be a professional, he said to me. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, I can read it. He goes, martial strength is what connects to God.
Okay.
Right? So the word, I say verb, but the verb or the word for taking is also very special. It's only used really in martial arts now, and it's like seizing. Now the last character is Chinese for ding.
Okay.
Ding is the cauldron. So in ancient China, before China, pre-China, the culture, which is the same as the Yayoi culture that goes to Japan, they would set up elaborate altars for their ancestors, and they would basically cook entire meals and offer that to their ancestors. So the dishes that they used were called ding, and they had 3 legs or 4 legs. And they're very specific for this ritual. So whoever had the ding was the one who was talking to God or the ancestors. So the way the kanji reads is the martial strength, right? Gingmo.
Okay.
Takes the cauldron, takes the connection to God.
Okay.
So in a roundabout way, that's the idea of it, right?
That's
like I say, there's been 2 guys that actually understood it right away. Were like, oh. Everyone else, it doesn't make sense because Chinese has 4 character sayings, right? Like in Japanese, Yonji, Jukuo, there's 4 character sayings, and this doesn't fit any of them. So they're always like baffled, like, who told you that?
I feel like it makes it more unique too, because I have for my Chinese name is 3 characters, the last name, and a lot of people don't know one of the characters in my name. It's hard to find.
And it's a main character, right?
Yeah, and it just makes it more unique and special, I feel. Thank you for sharing that. Can we look at your piece de la resistance in the back, which looks...
And it's not quite finished. I still want to do the shorts, right? So the idea is that it's like a shaman suit, right?
Yes.
Like a magical tattoo. So in the center is a Cossack, which are the Ukrainian freedom fighters, Ukrainian warriors, and actually now in Ukraine there's a guy writing a book that explains that within the Cossack there was like ninjas. But it's the same like the Japanese sense that these guys were traveling through time, they could project their thoughts, they could project their voices, they were interdimensional. But they were Cossack warriors, they were fighting with the Cossacks. So I have the best representation I could from a guy who doesn't know the culture. And then the dome is Byzantine style. So Ukraine becomes Christian in 988, and the contemporary style was Byzantine. for doing the churches.
Okay.
So our biggest church is called Pista Sophia, and it's in Kiev, and it's that same style. So I have one big dome, because I didn't know at the time, like I just have one big dome.
Yeah.
But then the building's crumbling, and all of these snakes or lizards are coming out. So there's 7 of them to represent like the 7 deadly sins, but it's always that idea that you're fighting multiple kind of energies, right? And so there's different cultural representations of the dragons. There's Asian dragons, there's Western dragons.
Okay.
I've been put on this earth to rebuild us from our old systems. Our old systems have crumbled. They're falling away. Like the Catholic religion is almost done. You know, the Pope is denouncing different things in the church and this and that.
Yeah.
So it's like in my era, my lifetime, it's for us to rebuild. But we have to overcome and fight the temptations of lust and greed and all these other things, right? That's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
You could also think of it like the 7 chakras. We have to tame the chakra powers to become our full self, right? To have our full being. So he's got a trident there again because trident, you know, right? Then on the building is an S with slash, and that's my family's brand. My family has a cattle ranch in Saskatchewan.
Okay.
So that's our family brand. So I thought, well, I should put that in.
Is that whereabouts is that?
It's on the wall somewhere. It's on the building, like graffiti almost, right?
I think so. I think I got
you
it.
see near the guy?
S-I kind of?
Yeah, it looks like an I, but it's just a slash.
Oh, it's S/. Okay.
And you probably see my shift in my body now too, right? Can you see it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I'm working on it, so it should be getting better.
Okay.
And then there's a sun, and the sun is the 8-pointed star, which is really, really big in Ukrainian culture. It's like we call the 8-armed star.
Okay,
and
that's the one underneath one of the dragons.
The yellow dragon.
It looks kind of like a snowflake pattern.
Exactly,
actually, which is cool. How about the lettering on the? What does that mean?
So the lettering says Odkrovenia. So it's like an old way to say Revelations.
Okay.
Revelations, but it's actually a quote from the Bible, from the Christian Bible, from Revelation.
Yeah.
So Revelations, I think it's 12:7. If you see the Roman character, numeral.
Yes.
12:7 says, "There was a war that raged in heaven. Michael and his angels fought the dragon."
Ah, okay.
Right? So I felt like that was a message for me, because I studied Christianity, but not as a Christian. I studied it as an outsider. And so I really got a different message than the Christian people do a lot of the times. Right?
Yeah.
So I felt like that was an important message for me, was to have that understanding that our lives are maybe playing out archetypes that have been programmed into us for centuries. And it's for each lifetime to try to achieve a certain greatness or a certain ideal of something. And so I hearken back to that to try to say, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to defeat the shadow self, right? I'm going to defeat the negative aspects, the dragons that are within me, and I'm going to become the best I can, right?
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, kind of, right? So it's like a note to self, like, what are you doing, right?
Yeah. It's like a whole kind of like a story, well, definitely a story, but definitely a personal kind of journey for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is the journey's still going on.
Yeah.
So like, I know a professional tattooist. He tattoos on Commercial Drive, and he loves Japanese style. But my last thing that I want, like I'd like to get Hayabusa, the kanji for Hayabusa, Peregrine Falcon, because that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
And Shinobi Inochi.
Okay.
Because there's a really cool teaching in Shinobi Inochi, and I get it right here, like the 2 characters.
Okay.
So like ninja character, and then life.
Ninja life. Okay.
Yeah, ninja life. But the idea is, it's like there's a phrase in Japanese, shinobu inochi, which means like suffering. Like shinobi also means patience and endurance. Okay. So if you have like a shinobu inochi, it means every day is hard for you. Like you're suffering, you're struggling all the time. But if you change the bu from the hiragana to the character for warrior, then it is a totally different meaning. Then the meaning is that you're everyday active. You're every day looking for your challenges and your missions, and you're engaged in life, in that same warrior idea. So what I like to do, furthermore, for my tattoos is Hayabusa here, because the kanji is really cool.
Yeah.
It's really sick, and it's peregrine falcon. So it's a big spirit animal for warriors, right? And then Shinobu Nochi here. Kind of like
cool.
how thug life is, you know, for those guys.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the same idea though, right?
Yeah.
Okay? And then the last thing that I want to do, in ancient Ukraine, 10,000 years ago, the people were decorating mammoth ivory with a certain intercrossing geometric pattern. And we believe today that that pattern was to fight evil, to ward against evil spirits. So the last tattoo that I want is to get my shorts done like from here and red and black in this interlocking pattern. And honestly, it's swastikas, but you can't tell because they're interlocking. So it just looks like if you look at any Japanese designs on the buildings, it's that same design of the interconnected T's and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's that same kind of pattern, but I want red and black from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And is that all the tattoos you have?
Yeah.
Michael?
Oh, geez, one more.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I saw that. It's lucky.
Yeah, lucky.
Yeah.
This is an interesting tattoo. So this is my only tattoo that I have with someone else.
Okay, so shared experience. Okay.
Met a girl, and interesting story is this girl. We meet and we start talking, get to know each other, and she tells me about her dog Lucky.
Okay.
And she loves Lucky, and Lucky's really ill, and she's away from home. And when she returns home, she hopes she gets to see Lucky one more time. So a week after we've been getting to know each other, we've been seeing each other for about a month, very casually, but as friends, talking, getting to know each other. She calls me and she says Lucky died.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, that's really sad. Oh, but also too, so she was really impressed with cursive. Like she's not English, she's Japanese, so cursive was like, wow, that's so cool. And I've always wrote cursive, like that's faster. You know what I mean? If you're English, it's easier. It's way easier. Right?
Yeah.
So I showed her Lucky, and we took a picture of it. And she's like, because it's her dog's name, so it's so cool. So then she calls me, and Lucky dies. And from that day on, we were pretty much inseparable. We were, for the next 2 months, we were together like every day. We were going out on dates. We're seeing each other all the time. So then she's getting ready to go back to Japan, and I'm like, I'd seen that she had tattoos, right?
Yeah.
So I knew it wasn't different or it wasn't crazy for her. So I said, like, I'd like to get a tattoo with you. Like, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. We might not have to talk to each other again, but these last 2 months have been really special. I really felt a connection with you. We really had a great time. I'd like to remember this.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, cool. What do you want to do? And I thought, well, you know what? What brought us together was Lucky. Because it was when Lucky passed away that we finally got into seeing each other and let's spend time together, because I wanted to help her, console her, and all this kind of stuff. And, but then we hit it off even more outside of class kind of thing. So we agreed and we said, okay, let's get Lucky. So I went to my buddy who was at Dutchman Tattoo at the time. Now he's on Commercial Drive. And he did Lucky for us. So now I feel like it always gives me that I should always feel lucky about something, or grateful.
Grateful.
Again, the modern day new age thinking is the attitude of gratitude is the most beneficial. So lucky is the most gratuitous kind of feeling. I'm lucky. I'm so lucky to be alive. I'm so lucky to live in Vancouver. I'm so lucky that we're not under a foot of snow already.
Yeah.
Calgary, Saskatchewan, everybody, they're suffering. We're here, we're living it up. So I'm lucky. Anytime I'm sad, anytime I'm depressed, I've always got that to look at and be lucky. Plus, I can always remember that girl and those, like, now we've broken up and we've gone our separate ways and our lives are both doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And that's okay. We got to touch each other for a moment. We were lucky. We were both lucky. We gave each other something, and now life goes on. So, lucky. I really like that one.
That's really cool, Michael.
Yeah.
Anyways,
bam.
I appreciate all that.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, man.
We'll see you guys. When you get those new Shinobi and
I think either the Hayato or the Shinobi Nochi will be next.
I will showcase that.
Yeah.
But cool. Or are you just gonna end it there?
Sure. Sounds good. Bam. Thanks, man.